It's time to talk wartime philosophy and politics. Steve Bannon says tech billionaires' attendance at Trump inauguration signals surrender. Meta's Mark Zuckerberg and Amazon's Jeff Bezos are among the prominent tech figures expected to attend Monday's inauguration. I want to show you this and talk about the surrender of the tech oligarchs. But first, I want to show you this tweet from Will Chamberlain. Will says, the golden rule of modern America politics. Republicans should stop worrying about the precedents they set because Democrats always do wildly unprecedented things whenever they have power. Agreed. Or at least in our lifetime. And so with this story, I tell you, my friends, it is time to shift into a wartime mental state. And what does that mean? I grew up fairly liberal. I remember watching Futurama. And in one of the cartoons, there's this character who's a polygamist with a missing hand who served Earth in war or something. And he says, I disagree with you know, what you do, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. And I remember hearing that ethos over and over and over again from so many people. I disagree with what you say, good sir, but I will defend to my death the right to say it. I don't agree with that anymore. That only applies to peacetime, when we are nice people trying to have a reasonable discussion. And the reality is the conflict is always around us. So at what point is it reasonable to say we allow our enemies to destroy us? Let me clarify. I believe in free speech for people who believe in free speech. So I'll put it this way. If a communist comes to me and says, help, my free speech is under attack, I'll say, I ain't helping you. You don't believe in free speech. You're going to try and take my rights away at a moment's notice. If some libertarian conservative otherwise says my free speech is under attack, I'll say, hey, don't censor those people. That's not all right. I don't believe in that. The reason I feel this way is that it's moving on from this state of let your enemies use your weapons against you, your ideas against you. We can't do that. We lose. Imagine going into a chess game and saying, I think we should all be allowed to use our queens as we see fit. And the opponent goes, okay, and then grabs yours off the board and throws it. And you go, well, you know, I don't like that you did it, but I defend your right to have yours. What I mean is, the left has been advocating to take away our rights through these tech platforms the entire time. And we kept defending them over and over and over again. It's time to adopt a war mind. That is, they are coming to destroy our way of life. We don't want violence. We don't want conflict. We want Donald Trump and a good presidency. But that means the marketplace of ideas must be robust and resilient. And those who seek to subvert that marketplace must not be allowed. That means we defend free speech for those who agree with it. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, that's not liberal, Tim. I don't care. My point is this. If you have a philosophy, if you're a communist, but you defend to the death the rights of free speech, I'll protect your free speech. You're allowed to be a communist. But too many of these commies, these far leftists, and even whack jobs on the far right, whatever, authoritarian right, want to take away your right to speak. I'm not going to defend those people anymore. They're destroying the American way of life. Let's read the news. The Post-Millennial reports, former Trump chief strategist Bannon said during an interview on ABC News this week that the attendance of major tech billionaires at President-elect Donald Trump's upcoming inauguration represents their official surrender to the incoming administration. As soon as Mark Zuckerberg said, I've been invited, I'm going, the floodgates opened up and they were all there knocking, trying to be supplicants. So I look at this and I think most people in our movement look at this as President Trump broke the oligarchs. He broke them and they surrendered. Well, Elon Musk joined in beforehand. I think, you know what it is? Elon Musk, hardworking guy, smart guy, creating spaceships, some of the most important work in human history. And I'll defend it. And people are like, stop kissing yes to Elon Musk. Shut up. Elon Musk is not perfect. He's doing great things. He's a smart guy. He creates an electric car company, Tesla, wildly popular. It's exactly what the Biden administration should want. And they snubbed him. So he got revenge. I don't think that's exactly why he did it. Maybe that's a little petty. But he immediately says, okay, Trump, what do you need? They try to shut down one of his favorite satire sites, the Babylon Bee. And so he says, I ain't doing this. And he buys X. And it's fascinating. To great personal risk. I respect the guy. He's not perfect. Criticize him when he deserves it. Everybody does. But I respect it. He came out for Trump well before these other guys. Now, Zuckerberg's like, you know, Elon had it right. He did better than us. Look, I get it, bro. You were scared. Elon, he declared war. And he won. They're going to say, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg and Amazon's Jeff Bezos are among the prominent tech figures expected to attend the inauguration alongside Elon Musk, who has emerged as a Trump ally in recent months. Both Meta and Amazon have also reportedly contributed to Trump's inaugural fund. Tech leaders have shown signs of softening controversial policies in the wake of Trump's victory. Zuckerberg recently announced that Facebook would eliminate its fact-checking service, adopting a community notes system similar to X. He also appeared in the Joe Rogan Experience, where he criticized the Biden administration and admitted that under his leadership, the federal government pressured Facebook to censor certain posts. Despite these shifts, Bannon expressed skepticism about these tech leaders' motivations. He also called Zuckerberg a criminal. Quote, Zuckerberg's, road to Damascus came a little late. It was after the 5th of November. It's very, now wants to be a bro. He kung fu fights. He's going to UFC. He's got his hair done differently. He's cut. That doesn't hack it with me. That guy will flip on President Trump and he'll flip on us in the second. When it's convenient for him, he will flip. Yep. I went on Fox News, Jesse Waters' show, and that's exactly what I was saying. These people will take their power, fine. But as the saying goes, they want to join our ranks, by all means. Come and join the party, but you're walking in front of us because we don't trust you. And that means from right now until what we end up doing in the next 4 years with the new president, we must secure these institutions. We may have won this great battle, but if we don't make sure to decimate these crackpot ideologies, we will lose in 4 years. Heck, we might lose in 2 with the midterms. So now more than ever, we need to make sure that we get a grip on the narrative machine and we build new systems of resilience. Bannon also reiterated his past criticisms of Musk, including calling him an evil person, despite the Tesla CEO's recent support for the Republican Party. When asked if Trump ever pushes back on his critiques of Musk, Bannon responded, if President Trump has a conversation with me, I will keep the conversation between President Trump and myself. Fair point. Looking forward, Bannon argued that Trump has a unique ability to unite a broad coalition of Americans, comparing him to historical figures like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. If you had to have somebody to do it, he's the guy to do it. That's why he's at the level of Washington and Lincoln. Now, what's funny is Donald Trump is a real estate TV mogul with golden Trump plastered on buildings. He's certainly an interesting guy. But you know what? It's remarkable. That is what it took for us to finally get some accountability and see some victories. The bowing down of big tech. I got to say, Joe Rogan did a great interview with Mark Zuckerberg. You know why Rogan, I'll say this, why he's better than Timcast and Timcast.io? He reaches regular people better than we do. Me, I'm too in the weeds. It's hard for regular people to grasp this deep level of conversation, and I try my best. Many people say, Timcast.io is good because when a subject comes up, I'll try to break it down simply. Someone will say, well, when they tried signing the ERA, we did a pause and say, explain the ERA for those that don't know. With Joe Rogan, he's having a regular conversation that opens the door for people to come in. After that, maybe they'll come and have a conversation. Because I'll tell you this, Mark Zuckerberg censored way more than just COVID misinformation. He censored political figures at a time of great significance. The names of individuals named in reporting implicating wrongdoing and potential malfeasance were protected by Zuckerberg. And of course, the Hunter Biden laptop story. So I look at these things and I say, we know Zuckerberg cannot be trusted. And that's too bad. That's his own fault. He is of weak backbone. Smart guy, built a big machine. You got to respect it. You do. The massive amount of control that he has on Facebook. But you know what's funny? Zuckerberg burned Facebook to the ground. In the 2010s, Facebook was the place to post news. And many companies were generating ridiculous sums of money off of Facebook. And the government went to Facebook and said, shut her down. And overnight, Facebook became useless. Think about how pathetic you have to be to actually decide to destroy your company. Just burn it to the ground because you were scared. You know what I would do? I'd say this. You come to me, I say, okay, here's what we're going to do. You will never win another election again. You will be removed from power, and I will make sure Donald Trump wins with a 20-point swing if you ever dare threaten me again. Not Zuckerberg. He went, okay, I guess. They were yelling at me. Elon Musk, man, they went after him with the boot. SEC and FTC investigations on all his companies, lawsuits, accusations of improper hiring practices. And Elon said, try me, bro. Not Zuck. Zuck caved. So right now, I tell you this, my friends, they surrendered, but we haven't won yet, not till we secure these machines. I'll wrap it there. Smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know, become a member over at timcast.com. Timcast IRL tonight coming up will be amazing. In the meantime, we're going to be posting throughout the day. I'll see what I can get going. It's Inauguration Day. It's a good day. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all tonight.